Welcome students of Form 1, Form 1A and Form 1 and 1B of the Sky Pre-University. We are talking about this chapter, chapter 2, and especially paragraph 1, social interaction, very important paragraph for us. And we're talking about especially part actually 8, reducing Baha and resolving conflict. We're talking about reducing Baha and resolving resolver conflicto na. We're talking about this, and it would be very helpful if you would take the book in front of you so you know what we are talking about. Like once in a while you can look into the book and that you know what we are actually talking about. Yes, and reducing means Baha of reba. It means like decrease, reduce conflict. What are the learning outcomes before you start studying? Because test week is coming. Yes, you will learn to outline. So these are the learning verbs. These are the behavior verbs. This is what you must do. This is the thing you must be able to do. Talking about strategies to reduce conflict and to resolve conflict, and when in different situations. So outline strategies to reduce conflict. That's one. And two is outline strategies to resolve conflict situation in different situations. So when we go look at part 8, when we go watch this video and treat this topic, please get these two goals, goal 1 and 2, in the back of your head so you know what the goal is. Quiero bossa que está en meta parti di capítulo aqui. So you know what is the goal of the part of this chapter. Yes, keep that. These two, this one, and this one in the back of your mind. Okay, there are sometimes obvious differences between people. One person is very tall, he's very relaxed. Some persons are very official and strict, like this person. Yeah. Some people have different looks. So everybody that you see here, each person is obviously different. Not only on the outside, but also on the inside. So things you can see and cannot see. So there are obvious differences in the outside, in the inside, in opinions, in beliefs, in ideas about the world. And often they're obvious. Put people together and you have differences. Yeah, evidentemente, see, meaning obvious. When you put people together, it's obvious, evidentemente, that people are different in their beliefs, in their ideas, and also in their character traits. It's obvious. And one way of reducing conflict is to recognize, reconocer, that we have these similarities, similardatnan, instead of concentrating only, so concentrate on similarities, instead of concentrating on our differences. Instead of looking at our differences, yes, instead of looking only at our differences, instead of just doing that, it's also very important that regularly we think of our similarities. Yeah, so that is one way of reducing conflict. One way of reducing conflict is to recognize that we have these similarities, and instead of concentrating on those differences, we have to concentrate on what is the same. And one way in doing that is focusing on understanding. We are often unsure and even fearful of things that are unfamiliar. Unfamiliar significa ding papiamente desconocido. Things that are different, clothing that is different, how people talk that is different, religions that people have that are different, a different language. And the basic emotion that people often have is that they become unsure y miedo, miedoso. They become afraid, they become fearful. If people have ways of behaving, yeah, and important is we have to concentrate. We see that things are different, yeah, so things are unfamiliar. We have differences. If people have ways of behaving or hold beliefs that seem strange, extraño, to us, we can distrust them, desconfiar, or even dislike them. The best way of avoiding conflict with people based on a lack of familiarity. So when you have a lack of familiarity, you are unfamiliar with something. Desconocido. So the best way of avoiding a conflict with people based on desconocido, a lack of familiarity, people that are unfamiliar, that do things that are unfamiliar, is to get to know them. Yeah. So the best solution for that is get to know those people. Know what language they speak, learn their language, learn about their religion, exchange contact, learn to get to know them. Increased understanding. Yeah. So you have a falta de comprendimento. Yeah. Pero bota crece e comprendimento. Bota cresce e comprendimento. Crescimento di comprendimento. Yeah. Increased understanding usually removes any fears or suspicions. Yeah. So when you don't know somebody because they're unfamiliar, yeah, nangta desconocí, you don't know them, ze zijn onbekend, yeah, you have a lack of understanding. Like you can see here, the best way to treat that is get to know them. That's really important. The best solution for them is get to know them. Then you will have an increased understanding and it removes any fears or suspicions. Yeah. So you see that these people doing that here, they get to know each other. And you find out about people from different backgrounds and cultures. Helps us to understand and to see where we have, and this is a very important word, similarities. And you see these people here doing exactly that. They find out about each other. You see that in the picture here. They are finding out about each other. Who are you? How old are you? What do you believe in? What are your ideas? What are your customs? Where do you come from? How do you do things at home? Why did you come to this country? Yeah, in a nice environment, of course, and not by being unpolite, but you get to know each other better by asking each other things, your opinion, your character, get to know each other's character traits, these things that you see here. One other important thing, very important even, is the concept of tolerance. Very important. So if you think you are tolerance, if you're tolerant, it means you accept that other people may not think or act the same way that you do. Yeah, so we accept not everything about those people, but the fact that other people may not think or act, comportación, the same way that you do. Otra gente no te comportará igualmente. Yeah? Other people don't behave themselves in exactly the same way as you do. And let's look at that. They may have different ideas and beliefs. So those people may have, possible, nanting, different ideas y religionan, but you also recognize, yes, and this is very important, but you also recognize that they have a right, pero vos también reconocer, but you also recognize, reconocimiento para esse aqui, you also recognize, this is very important, but you also recognize that they have a right. Reconocer, you recognize that they have a right. Looking at the Caribbean, there are people with different skin colors, there are people with different languages, there are lots of people with different religions. Yeah, only look at, for instance, Christians, Hindus, folk religions. Those are all atheist people. Yes, all kinds of religions. all kinds of people in the Caribbean with different skin colors, with different languages, with different customs. And you have to recognize, reconocer, that they have a right to hold those views, different views, ideas, and also beliefs. Religionan, fe. Fe diferente, idea non differente, y opinión diferente, y abo tomeste reconocer esse aqui, não tem derecho para esse aqui. Pero bom também reconocer, não tem derecho, they have a right, não tem derecho to hold those views, ideas, and beliefs. So those people that you see here have different opinions, have different beliefs, they have different ideas, yeah? And they have a right to have those different ideas. Why? Because there is tolerance in our society. They have a right to hold those views, ideas, and beliefs. This is very important in the concept of tolerance. And in this way, you avoid and you prevent conflicts, fights, verbally, physically, when you are tolerant towards other people. Unfortunately, you see in the world that people lately, in the last 20 years, have become less tolerant. So unfortunately, we have more conflicts. Yeah, they have the right to hold those views, ideas, and beliefs. Não tem derecho, dispensa-me, não tem derecho to hold those views, rights, and beliefs. This is very important in the idea of tolerance. Yes, so we're living together in Curacao with all kinds of different people with different beliefs. It's very important that we have tolerance in our society. Although we have all kinds of different people, yeah, this person might be a Muslim, this person might be an atheist, this person may be Catholic, this person may be a Jehovah's Witness, this person might be an Adventist, this person may be a Mormon, yeah, a Latter-day Saints church person, and we have all, this person might be a vegetarian, we have all kinds of viewpoints and religion, and they have a right to have these different viewpoints and religions. And if we have tolerance, this prevents conflicts physically, but also verbally, from breaking out, and it makes it easier to live together in society. Não, aqui tem direito para não opinionar, não tem religionan, não miranan, não ideanan, para não mes. Não tem direito. E isso aqui nos chama tolerância. Yeah? And you have to recognize that in reconocimiento panang religión, panang ideanan personal, panang opinionan personal, en ese aquí da parte importante de tolerancia. Reconocimiento. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. I tried my best to speak Papiamento. If you have a tip for my pronunciation, you can always write it down below, or if you want to give me a compliment. But the learning outcomes, please keep that always in the back of your mind. Outline, what strategies, what to reduce conflict and to resolve conflict when in different situations. When you study this part of chapter 2, always keep it in the back of your head. I hope you found this video again helpful. If you want to subscribe, you can ring the bell below, or you can ask a question during class. For now, a well-meant goodbye.